how do you draw a balance between the two kind of lifestyles? Like if you're an urban dwelling individual, there's a certain lifestyle which you've gotten used to, right? You have seen that kind of lifestyle. I've seen that kind of lifestyle. Most of us have seen that kind of lifestyle where, it's about long working hours. It's about late nights. It's about partying. It's about a lot of things which are not necessarily or intuitively they're not very much in sync with the yogic lifestyle, so to speak. So how do you? And it's not that you stopped socializing with your friends or stop meeting the people that you meet. You still have that part of your life, still there. So how do you reconcile between these two lifestyles, and how do you chart out a path for yourself?
That's an excellent question, Puneet. So, about 10 years back, I had a fancy to learn hypnosis. So I enrolled myself for a course in hypnotherapy and spent a few
Interesting.
years learning hypnotherapy. And I remember this chat that I had with my teacher, and she asked me, Nimish, you know what it takes for an individual to get hypnotized? And I told her a great hypnotherapist who can, bedazzle you and mesmerize you just by looking in your eyes. She said, no, Nimish, that's not what it requires. It requires that an individual chooses to get hypnotized, So what I'm trying to say here is that we're all living these complex lives. They don't have to be complex. And if you want to uncomplicate this life, it needs to, the fire needs to be in your belly. The will, the desire to be better needs to come from inside, from within here. If you don't have that desire, you don't have that motivation or that spark within you, then it's likely that you continue to live this life, partying and working 50, 60, 70 hours a week and strained relationships, and before you know it, you're going to be 60, scratching your noggin and asking yourself, so what did I do with my life? You don't want to be in that situation. So it's very important to realize that the time that we have in this particular vessel is limited, so most of us who are watching this video are maybe 30 or 40 or 50 years old. And considering that the average lifespan of a human being is 70 or 75 years, it's a significant portion of our lives that we've already exhausted. And now we have limited time. So now we need to choose what we want to do with this limited time. Do we want to continue to amass wealth, have 2 apartments in the city and have 3 cars parked in a garage? Is that what's going to make us happy? Or is it something else? Is it connecting with yourself and finding out what is it that truly makes you smile? What is it that truly gratifies you? For me, it's the mountains and yoga and meditation. And it's unlikely it's the same for you, Puneet. But you need to dive deep into yourself and try and find out what is it that has me ticking? What is it that makes me happy? And once you've figured that out, and mind you, this is not an easy process. This process of contemplation and introspection is not a 30-minute job. It's taken some of the wisest people decades of contemplation. So it doesn't come easily to all of us. But just because it doesn't come easily to all of us, it doesn't mean that we don't contemplate, we don't seek what makes us happy. So the first step really is to try and seek and find out what makes us happy. And the sooner we embark upon this journey, the likelihood of us stumbling upon an answer of what keeps us ticking or makes us happy is a higher likelihood.